Hi friends and family. This week's update is a little bit early because tomorrow, on Friday, I'm going on a retreat with church for the whole weekend. So I'll probably record a video or some video there, but I won't be able to do my normal video on Saturday, so I'm doing it today. And I've got a lot to talk about. This week was a very, very busy week. And everything was really good until today. I'm trying to stay positive and just think, okay, well, whatever. But honestly, I just feel like crying. I'll start with all the good stuff. So last week I mentioned that I got the call for the interview on Friday. And then on Tuesday I had my interview and it went really well. And I got my results back. That was after the interview. That was when everything was wrong. Like, I didn't have any work on Tuesday because of the interview. So I went home and I was preparing for my presentation that I had on Wednesday in Korean class. And I was waiting for my test results for TOPIK, and I just kept waiting and waiting, but there were so many people using the website that it was overloaded and it crashed, so I had to keep waiting. And I was memorizing my presentation because the teacher said we had to have them memorized, so I stayed up all night memorizing it, and the TOPIK results came out. The website finally started working around 2:30 in the morning, and a friend messaged me. I don't know why he wasn't sleeping, but he just messaged me and was like, hey, you can check now. So I checked, and I saw that I passed for level 5, which is what I was hoping for, so that was fine. And then I stayed up and was memorizing. And then, obviously, it was Wednesday, no big deal. I'm about to give my presentation, and I get a message, and then a phone call from the KTO saying that I had tied with one other person for the position. And so they needed to do a retest. And obviously that would be fine, but they said, oh, it has to be before 6 tonight. But because I have work until 6:30, I was like, what am I supposed to do? So I was thinking about that, well, right before I gave my presentation. So before my presentation started, I forgot everything. I forgot how I was supposed to start. Like, so basic. You say hello, and I couldn't think of how to say hello. It was really ridiculous. Eventually I remembered and I was able to do some stuff, but I forgot a lot of things toward the end, and then I would look at my notes because I couldn't remember what I was talking about. And I went after one guy in class who I think I've talked about him before. He's really annoying. He thinks he's better than everyone else, and he never prepares for his presentations, but then he just gets up, and because he is basically Korean, who just happened to be born outside of Korea, it's easy for him. So he just walked up without preparing a presentation and presented. And then I had to follow that, and it was sort of difficult. And then I talked with the mom of the kids I teach, who I'm really good friends with. She was like, okay, that's fine, you can use our computer before work, like before you start teaching the kids, it'll be fine. So I did that, and I wasn't really thinking about how I hadn't had any sleep. I wasn't thinking about how tired I was. So I went and did the test, and I thought it was fine. But then after I sent it, I didn't really think about it, taught the kids. I came home, and I did whatever, and I went to bed early, and then as I was laying in bed, I suddenly realized I mixed up East and West. And I was like, I can't believe I did that. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously I wasn't thinking. I was ridiculously brain tired. And then, yeah, so I was waiting, but I didn't think anything of it. People kept saying, it was just you. There wasn't another person. They were just seeing how well you could do. They already picked you. So, I was really confident about it. Everyone was really confident. And then today at school, I was waiting for the call, and like I told the teacher, I'm waiting for the pass call to tell me that I passed. Didn't say anything about, like, the call, the results. It was that I passed. I was already thinking I passed, and then I got the text message saying that I had not passed. And so I quietly left the classroom in the middle of class, which I have never done before, and I just cried. And then I thought I was fine, and so I went back to class, and then I cried some more. And then I, left, and I came back, and I cried. I think I did it like 4 times. And I felt bad because it's so distracting and rude to come and leave, but I thought I was fine. I thought I could study, and then I couldn't. Like earlier, I cry. That's what I do. If you could get paid to cry, that would be a job. I don't think anybody would beat me. I would be the best. Yeah, so I was really disappointed about that. And then when I went to, the reason I'm disappointed is because of my own fault. I always say never stay up, never do an all-nighter. It's stupid. You're going to be so tired the next day, and you're not even going to be able to do your best. You'll think you're going to be doing your best, but you won't. And I broke my own rule, and I did something stupid, and then I failed. Yeah, so that was just really disappointing. And then I got to work today, and the mom, like I said, we're really good friends, and she said that she also cried when I told her that I hadn't passed. And her husband was just like, "Why are you crying? It's no big deal." But she was like, "No, it is a big deal. Kayla really wanted this, and I know what it feels like to want something and to fail so close to the end of it." So that was sad. But then, as I was teaching the kids, her husband, she broke her ankle last weekend when they were on a family trip for the weekend. They were at the beach. This is a side story. Anyway, it's not even about me, but I'll just tell it. Yeah, they were at the beach, and the little boy, his inner tube was rolling away, so he was chasing after it because it was going into the water. And she didn't want him getting into the water because she was worried that it would be dangerous. So she went running after the tube so that he wouldn't catch it, and she ended up tripping over a rock and falling. And she broke her ankle. So this week her husband took a week off from work to stay home with her to help. So he was home. And because I was sad, he made curry for me, but I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to eat it because, like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon, and then I won't be back again until Sunday, so it's in the fridge, and maybe I'll eat it then. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I guess apply for some other jobs, but I don't know what other jobs are available. I've been searching, and there's never anything that I feel I would be able to do. It's a lot of marketing jobs, and I know nothing about marketing, so I'm not really sure. I'll see what happens. If all else fails, then maybe I'll be back in America, which I'm sure it doesn't sound that bad for a lot of people, but this is my home, and I don't want to leave. So hopefully something good comes. I guess that's about all for my update this week. Like I said, I'll probably make a special update this weekend. You guys won't be able to understand anything because everyone's going to be speaking in Korean, but maybe you can get an idea of my friends and how happy I am here, despite this fact that I'm crying right now. Crying because of future sadness and current sadness about not getting a future happiness, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go and sorry, you have to see this is the second video I've made where I've cried. Sorry. I'm a sad one. Like I said, I cry. I learned the Korean word for crybaby last week. Urubo. I am an urubo. Yeah, whatever. See you guys.